Morning. Morning. Okay, right. Here we are for the first session. I've given myself a space here about 2 meters square. Well, it's not that square. These mats are a metre each, so that my space is dead on 2 meters, and I'll keep within that, and that's what you can work with at home. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with some nice, easy warming up exercises. Just try and get a little bit of movement. And remember, all of this is about just getting started, just going from no movement to some movement, and just starting to feel a little bit better, a little bit happier about moving around. Right, so we'll start with a little bounce, feet together, hands to your sides. A little bit of tradition in here. All right, so we're to just move on the spot this way. Just get yourself moving a tiny bit. Remember, I have no idea what your fitness level is, and you must be sensible about what you try to do and how much effort you make. I want you to enjoy yourself, but I'd like you to be more active, but I want you to do it gradually. Step by step is the way. Right, so let's just gently push your arms out in front of this. Nice and easy. Because I've got no idea what you've done previously to this. I've got no idea whether you've been able to get warm before you come down to start this session, so take it nice and steady. All right, so now what I'd like you to do is step to the side and close. All right, so just sideways and close. Keep your hands up. Lift it. It's nice. So when we're stepping across like this, extend your leg out so you feel as though you're being gently stretched, but not, it shouldn't be uncomfortable, it shouldn't be so much needed. That's a bit much. Well, we're just trying to get our adductors warmed up, the muscles to go up the inside of our legs. Yeah? I know I want you to step forward, feet together, and step back, feet together. So step forward with one leg, bring the other foot level, step back. I know I do the same leg, so I'll step forward with my right leg, and back with my right leg. Forward, right, and close, back, right, and close. Yes, so I do this warm up in class quite a lot, this motion. And I just get people to pay attention to which leg they're stepping off with. And then, because we're going to change legs from one. And if you're not really paying attention to which leg you're stepping off with, you don't really switch. All right, let's go with the other one now. So stepping with the other leg. And back. So keep your knees bent. And sometimes I'll say, keep your knees soft, and that's exactly what I mean. Just keep your knees a little bit bent. So there's a suspension instead of a donk, instead of straight legs and just landing and jarring in the joints. Good, let's go back to jogging again, nice and steady. You can push your hands gently together. So I'm pushing in here. This exercise will just warm your arms and your shoulders up a little bit. And now lock your fingers and pull. And pull gently. And push again. And pull. And push. And pull. Okay, that's good. Now, let's get our arms moving a little bit. I don't know how flexible your shoulders are. If you can do, just get your arm right up by your ear, that's great. If not, just make the largest circle you comfortably can. Again, what we're trying to do is warm up our shoulders a little bit. Get everything moving. Now, I don't know how much of this session is going to last about 30 minutes. So I don't know how much of this you're going to do, how much you want to do, how much you can do, how much you're physically able to do. I don't have any of those things. So just do what you can, enjoy what you do, and don't feel bad if you can't do everything. And if you finish it, you could have done a bit more than that. Then you can always practice again in your own time. If I do a class each week for 6 weeks, then you can practice the class again, maybe another once or twice during the week. Do you much more good than just doing everything once. Good, right, let's see if we can do one forward and one back. One rotating forward, one rotating back. Good, and let's change direction. Even if you never did any of the karate techniques that we're going to do, you just did the warm-up, I'm sure that would be much better than doing nothing. Right, so we're going to do an exercise called opening the gate. You want to lift your leg up, gently move it out sideways and down again. So lift up, gently sweep it out and down. Try and keep your knee at about the same height as you take your outwards. Again, it just loosens up your hips and your adductors. Just gets your body moving, really. So, as I said, even if you didn't want to do any of the karate techniques, but you quite like the warm-up, that's what you're moving a little bit. That's fine with me. Take from this what you will and make it work for you. A couple more. Good, let's just jog out a little bit. That's good. And I want you to put one foot in front of the other. I'm going to do knee swings. So just going to gently bring this knee through, bend it, and sweep it back here. So if I turn sideways, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to gently come through here and back. Now don't force anything, don't make this really uncomfortable. This is to loosen up your glutes, the muscles of your bottom. But just do it gradually, just nice and at a comfortable height for you. Nice to just swing through and back. So you're using a little bit of your momentum, a little bit of momentum like that. You're not too much. You're not jolting this through, jerking it through. I'll do 10. I think I'll do 10. I've not counted so far, so I'm not really 100% sure. I'll do 10-ish. One more. I think it feels like about 10. Maybe right. Get the solid cap and says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Do a little bit more jogging. Now, I like to loosen as opposed to stretch too much, especially in these sections. But I would do just a little bit of a stretching exercise. So if you can place your feet about twice as far apart as your shoulder width, and then just turn to one side and push in this way. Now this stretches again the inside here. Don't go too crazy, just loosen it off and try and get some extension in that muscle. Shouldn't be uncomfortable, just feel as though you're having a little bit of a stretch going a tad further than it does normally. The other side. Nice and steady. That's good. Right, now we keep our feet about the same. Just lower our hips down. Gently press our arms against the inside of our knees, so we gently push our knees outwards. They don't go crazy, just nice and gently. Good. This gentle stretch. And as I will say many times, and I probably have said already, if you do what I do more, if it's comfortable, or less if it's comfortable, or the same if it's comfortable, then that's fine. I don't need you to do exactly what I do. These are guides, these are things that you can do to improve your mobility and fitness. All right, now, I'm going to turn sideways as I was on the other. My feet are a bit about this wide. Yes, I'm keeping my feet spaced a little bit apart. Right, now what I'm going to do is gently stretch down this way. Right, now I'll keep my legs straight. Come up again. Yeah, so this is to stretch my lower back, hamstrings and glutes here. Right, so just nice and gently down. Not mind how far you go. Get to a comfortable position. Up again. Good. Down again. You let your back round. Let everything stretch a little bit. Yeah. Good. Nice and carefully. Again. And as I've said before, and I will say again, you may be far more flexible than me, you may be far less flexible than me, and that really doesn't matter. But it would be nice if we all at least maintained our flexibility, and in an ideal world, improved it, wouldn't it? That would be nice. Do one more. Okay, good. Right. Let's do some karate techniques then. So I'm going to start with some punches, and depending on how much combat arts you've done before, you may pick this up quickly, maybe slowly, but it really doesn't matter. It's just, as I said with the stretching, it's about improving, maintaining flexibility, being active, and mobility. Now, my default is martial arts, is karate, because that's what I've always done. So that's what I would use always to maintain my mobility and flexibility. All right, so I'm going to make a start. So I'll turn this way because it's easier for you to see. All right, now I'm going to start in this position. I will be reasonably traditional about it. I'm going to be in set position and then join me. So my hands are like this, yeah? All right, now I'm going to step forward with one leg. Doesn't matter which leg. Bring my hands up to guard. In this position, I would like a little bit of tension in my legs. So I don't want straight legs. As soon as I straighten my leg, my muscles aren't working, and my muscles aren't having to work to hold me in position. My joints are holding me in position. Okay, so that's much less exercise than if I just bend them a little bit and take the strain on my muscles here. So that's putting some tone, if you like, into quads, glutes, because they're having to take my body weight. Hands up, same reason, because it's just putting some light tension into those muscles and not just flopping down like this. All right, so we're going to punch with this hand, our front hand. Whichever leg is in front, whichever leg you've decided to put in front, that's the one I want you to punch. Put that hand on that side of your body. So for me, it's left. I've got my left leg in front. I'm going to extend my left hand out this way and come back here. Now, as I reach the end of the extension, I'm just going to turn my palm downwards. Yeah. Now, again, depending how much martial arts you've done, if any, there are lots of things to think about when you punch, but there are lots of things to think about when you punch. You may not want to think about them all to start with. So, as you extend out, a good thing to do is just push your body weight forward into the technique. Yeah, so you just get some forward movement into that technique. All right, so let's try this in 10 times. Yeah. As you practice this more, you'll get better at this. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good stuff. Right, now I'm going to change legs. I'll have my back to you this way because I think it might be useful for you to see from the other view. Right now, from an exercise perspective, thinking about this in two ways, as I'm learning a martial art, but also in terms of exercise, we're getting this action, aren't we? We're moving our body nice and gently through this action. Right, so this is good. This is us being active, right? We're moving around a little bit. Right, so we're going to extend out here. And back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, good. So one of the things that I've tried to have as an objective when we're doing this stuff is for all the people who are joining me on these sessions to think, oh, karate is quite easy. Because it can be easy, it can be difficult, but you can make it whatever you want to, really, whatever you want it to be. So I like the idea of making it easy, because more people are likely to get into do things that are easy. Yeah? Good. All right, so let's make that stance again. So we'll go from our position, set position, complete position, and then step forward. I've always been taught to begin with my left leg forward first, so that's something that I shall always do probably. There's no real reason for it. You can go right leg first if you wish. All right, this time we're going to do a backhand punch, a reverse punch. We're going to extend out this way, turn in, and then come back. Right, now, I need to push with this leg. I need to let my torso turn. I need to extend my arm out. And at the end of the punch, I want to turn it over this way. Now, as far as I can work out, using a bit of obvious body mechanics, there isn't really any mystical reason why I have this twist at the end of my punch. For me, it's that my punch would always be stronger if it landed here, this way up. So this is stronger than point C. Quite stronger. But as I reach for extension, it's easier to lock out my arm with my palm downwards. Right, so that's why I would turn at the end. No magical reason, twisting skin, all this stuff, right? So, reverse punch. Try to keep the other hand up because it's a good habit. All right, ready? 1. Good. Allow your front leg to flex. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Super. Switch legs, put the other one in front. Right, you get this rear view of me. Okay, ready? So we're going to punch with my left hand now, right leg in front. 1. Good, just keeping this hand up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll do come on, so that's what we usually do when we finish, and then relax for a second. All right, good. Now, I took with the idea of making these sessions a little bit Tai Chi-ish as well, because I think slow practice is really good. And really that's what Tai Chi is, it's slow practice Kung Fu, isn't it? You know, you see these guys go, your Jackie Chans, your Bruce Lees, do their Kung Fu at high speed, and that looks amazing. And then you slow it all down and do your Tai Chi slowly. And that's nice, it's good movement, ways to move your body. Lots of the kicks in Tai Chi are really low, but that's sort of a practical reason. If you're kicking slowly, and you don't have the momentum to get your legs up high, then kicking low is an obvious choice. It's just sensible. It's a sensible thing to do. All right, now, one of some of the things that we do will feel maybe a little bit awkward. You'll feel awkward to start with if you've never done anything before. But don't worry, your body will become accustomed to moving in certain ways, and it will become much easier and much more fun. And that's what we want. We want everything to become really easy for you. All right, so let's do a leg technique or two. We'll see how the time goes. I've got a clock down here, so see me glancing now, trying to make sure I keep to around 30 minutes. All right, good. So we'll do this again. Set position. And Jimmy and left leg in front. Good. I'll turn sideways again. We're going to do a knee strike. So we're going to come through with this knee and strike this way. Now, I don't mind how high you do any leg technique. You can do knee strike down here if you wish. And it doesn't make any difference to me. The only thing is, if you are able to do a knee strike this high, then you're able to do it at any height lower than that. So that gives you options, gives you choices. And it's always good to have choices. But if you can only get your knee up this high to begin with, then that's fine. It still gives you a good, effective choice. And many styles think that low kicks are as good as, if not better than, high kicks. And I can see their reasoning. All I would say is if you can kick high, it gives you the option to kick low. But if you can only kick low, that's your only option. Right? So you call it as you wish. You best to keep your hands up. Ready? 1. So come through with the knee and back. 2. 3. Come through and back. Good. Now, I don't know how you do with balance, so just keep at it and be patient with yourself. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Switch legs. Balance is a strange thing, I've been doing martial arts since 1978, and sometimes I still do things and think I really should be more balanced. But it sort of comes and goes, and the more you practice, the more balance you have. All right, so let's do our other leg. Come through the back leg. Do your best to keep your hands up. 1. 2. 3. See, it's really about balance. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, good. So, knee strike. Now, a small change to a knee strike would be a front kick. So, if I show you face one, so if we get to there, that's our knee strike, and then we just extend our leg out, that's a front kick, right? So, if there is our knee strike, we just go a little bit further, there's our front kick. Right now, so for exercise purposes, for being active and being mobile, let's give that a try. Right, so start again, do the set position, be position, and step forward with our left leg. We're going to kick with our right leg. All right, here we go then, ready? 1. Just gently extend it forward, don't stretch anything, don't strain anything. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Good, let's switch legs. Ready, here we go then. I'm just trying, the reason I'm checking, I'm making sure I'm staying in my 2 meters by 2 meters. So that you're able to do the same. Okay, ready? 1. You did say 2 meters squared. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, come on and relax. Good. All right, so quick review. We've done a front hand punch, back hand punch, a knee strike, and a front kick. So you probably won't want to start making contact with anything yet, but were you to make contact with techniques, the knee would go this way with the front of the knee rather than upwards with the top of the knee. And the front kick would be ball of the foot. So you just let your foot extend forward and you make your toes come back. So do this. Make contact this way. Alright, so, but don't worry too much about contact, I'm just giving you that for information to start. Alright, now I'm just going to start with finish with a couple of minutes of exercise. And really this is something that you're going to have to adjust for yourself. So, yeah, the chance of you having the same level of fitness as me is very slim. You've got a lot of different levels of fitness. You may be much fitter, much more mobile, or maybe a little bit less, who knows? Or we may be similar. But that doesn't really matter. So you can adjust this to suit yourself. All right, now I'm going to place your feet about twice shoulder width. We're going to do some nice simple squats. Now, I'm going to get a chair to do this in the future. No, actually, I'll get a chair today because that's a good try. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this chair, just give me guidance. I can just feel my bottom touch the chair, then I know I've gone down to a decent depth squat. All right, so hands up, ready? Here we go. 1, just touch the chair up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent, good. Just place this out of the way. And you can see I like doing chair squats. I think people call them box squats as well. Because it says to me, all right, you're this far down, you can start going back up then. I know that I've gone down a decent amount. Oh, okay, so go through leg raises. Leg raises to strengthen your abdominal muscles. But there are lots of ways for you to do these. Let's start with the simplest. Let's have both legs on the floor. We'll just lift one up and down. And then the other one up and down. Up. Nice and slowly. And the downward action, the thing where you're allowing the muscle to relax but gradually, is enormously beneficial. You must never do the straight and then just boom, right? Because you're missing out a huge proportion of the exercise. So just lift up, lower down. Stop, lower down. All right, so if your abdominal muscles are reasonably, well, a little bit stronger than that, then you can just lift both legs off the ground and just change them over. Okay, so that's significantly more difficult, but depending on how fit and strong you already are, then that's not a bad place to go. All right, we'll do one last thing. We'll do some nice simple crunches. All right, so bend your knees, Put your hands on your thighs. All I want you to slide your hands as far up your thighs as you can. But what I don't really want you to do is I want you to lift your back off the floor. So we call this a sit-up as opposed to a crunch. All right, so all we're doing is squeezing our abdominal muscles to give us a little bit more tone. All right, so try and keep this part of your back on the ground and just slide your hands up your thighs. Ready to do 10. 1, squeeze and back. 2, squeeze and back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, super. So we're going to wrap it up there for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. And as I said, we'll do 6 of these programs, see who enjoys them and see who wants who gives me some feedback. Because feedback is going to be so essential and so helpful. That'll be really great. And then we'll just see how it goes. It's the first one, and we'll go on for another 5 weeks at least. And depending on the response, I mean, in my dream world, everyone would love it. There's loads of people participating. I think it'll be a real success. And then further to that, my dream world would be that you feel confident and go to train at a local karate class to you, and you really enjoy all of the benefits of karate. Because there are so many more benefits that you can get in a group than you'll get training on your own. But this is a great place to start, and I hope you enjoy yourselves. All right, so feet together, hands by your sides, and we'll bow to finish. Good, fine. Now here's the game leaf. I'll have to walk over and stop the stream. All right, see you next time.